You ready to go again? Let's go.
Hey guys, it is Friday, about 12:30, and I took Monday off, so it's time to go to the lake. You know those checklists on the way out of the campgrounds? Secure your awning, or is your awning secured? Are your steps in? Blah, blah, blah. Your wife? We don't have one of those signs. She was still watching the grandkids, so she scooted me out the door, told me she'd catch up with me or meet me at the lake, whichever came first. So we're heading down to Lake Murray. Kind of an old standby for us because we really enjoy Lake Murray. We hadn't been in a while. Didn't make reservations, which is going to make this interesting. We can't stay in any of the 3 preferred loops that we like to stay in, because all of the sites in those loops are reservation only, and you can't make reservations within 5 days of when you want to stay, so you kind of have to plan ahead. And on top of that, from what I saw, they're booked up for months, every weekend for months. I mean, that's just, I think we discussed it in another video, people making reservations and then not showing up. But anyway, there is a loop, Duke's Forest Campground, that is walk-in only. So I'm hoping to catch a spot. It's supposed to be a beautiful weekend. It's a little cold out today. It's October 11th. Fall has finally slapped Oklahoma upside the head, so see if we catch up or Terry catches up with us eventually. Nothing. Hey, she caught up with me. We're at the lake. Can you see the lake behind me? This is why we usually don't stay at Duke's Forest Campground, is because you're away from the lake. I mean, it's not that far from the lake, but there's really no way for us to easily put in the paddle boards. And
easily, I mean, that's almost impossible. All this
at least
underbrush.
at this point.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of hogs out here, or at least one very, very busy hog.
Yeah.
We do have wild hogs here
Lake Murray, and they are
busy.
a problem.
Yep.
And on top of the wild hogs, we also have the beer drinking hogs down here by the shore, but leaving
That's not us.
bottles.
We actually don't like beer. Yeah, and we don't leave stuff trash either.
Yeah. So, 2 types of hogs at this campground. It's Sunday. We didn't do much Saturday. Whole lot of nothing. Watched a little bit of football. Went and donated some money to the Choctaw Indians. And today we're on mountain bike trail. Terry's back there. She's a little out of breath.
Not.
These trails come off of the north end of the state park at Duke's Forest Campground is where we're at, so we jumped on it there. This section, I believe, is called the race loop, and it's actually she wasn't racing.
I was racing.
No, she wasn't. She was not racing. But it's actually smoother than the trails further on south. Not much of the Napoleon complex going on these trails, so we don't have logs laying across the trail that with signs next to them, please do not remove, blah blah blah. So you can get some good speed going before you hit the technical parts, which is fun if you're into picking up speed, which, sorry, my gimbal is got a mind of its own right now.
Just trying to show you the bear back behind you. You ready to go again? Let's go. Come on. What the heck? All this resting.
But we're having fun on the trail. At least I'm having fun on the trail. Where are you going, Gimbal? Hey,
It's the bear. I'm telling you, it's trying to save your life.
I'm over here.
It's a murderer.
Wow. This gimbal, seriously, mind of its own today. It's just wanting to drift everywhere. Anyway, we're gonna go back to having fun on the trail.
so cool.
We love Lake Murray State Park. That's why we like to come down here. This is the first time in a long while we've been down here.
Quiet.
When I decided to come down here, you can't make reservations any closer to 5 days that your arrival is going to be. So you kind of have to plan over a week ahead. I think it's 5 business days, I'm not sure. The problem is, and kind of saw this coming when they made the reservation system kind of wider than what it was. You can't get a site on the weekend. It's
even in the winter. It used to be dead in the winter.
Yeah, it is booked out every weekend. I mean, a couple of sites here and there, and it's become a problem from what I've seen. A lot of people are complaining that you can't even get into this state park anymore, because and partially because of the reservation system, because people are booking out sites for several weekends and then not showing.
Right.
And we found out the last time we were here, it's not that they're canceling, they're not even canceling, they're just not showing. It comes out for a loss for those of us who don't plan that far ahead on our state park trips. It kind of stinks.
Not a lack of planning. I mean, sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
No, you don't know what's going to go on that weekend or whatever.
But we did end up here at Duke's Forest Campground.
We never saw Duke.
Yeah. But it's a walk-in. There are no reservations in Duke's Forest. Unfortunately, Duke's Forest is also a seasonal campground, so sometime mid-November they're closing the gate. So
wait, maybe Duke is the one that came and got our money, because if it's his camp, if it's his forest.
It was a woman that came and got the money, dear.
Her name could be Duke. Don't be sexist.
But there were a lot of tent campers here, and in RV sites, there were tent campers in RV sites. And don't take that wrong, I've got no problem with it. I don't take issue with it, because a lot of tent campers, they have fans and stuff and they want to hook up to electric. I get it. Some people don't get it. Some people get just downright belligerent about it, but whatever. But it's a nice loop. It's not one that I would want to stay at during the summer, because lake access, there isn't any.
Right.
You gotta take a short little hike to find a spot. If you've got a kayak or a paddleboard you want to put in the water, or even just want to swim in the lake, you've got to take a hike to find that spot.
A long hike, not a little hike.
Yeah. So.
Because that little hike just took us to where, I mean, you couldn't get in. There were just too much underbrush and stuff.
But there is a good mountain bike trail off of this loop. So
good if you're not a noob.
It's a fun place. We enjoy it. We just love coming to Lake Murray. We have for years and years and years. This has been our go-to campground. Partially because it's just a couple hours from the house. And if we forget something, Ardmore's just 20 minutes away from here. We can run over to Walmart and stock up on what we forgot. Or sometimes we just come down here and just make that plan to go to Walmart after we set up camp. But we like it. We enjoy it. My question is, where's your favorite spot?
And do you have a Duke?
Ignore that part of the question. Do you have a favorite campground you like to go to? I mean, just leave a comment down below. Let us know where it is and why it's your favorite. But with that said, I think it's time for us to hit the road. We'll see y'all down the trail.